You might have noticed the bright color of this shotgun, a little unusual for our channel. This is a less lethal shotgun. This is just like the ones we use at my work when we need some less lethal interaction with bad guys. The purpose behind this shotgun is to fire beanbag rounds. I'm sure this is probably no surprise to anyone. These little beanbag rounds are a little Kevlar baggie. We'll show you some a little bit in a minute. A little Kevlar baggie full of a number 9 lead shot. And when we have these less lethal rounds, they are still deadly. They still can cause great bodily injury to an individual if they are used incorrectly. And you know, you've seen video of protesters who've been zapped by police officers, usually in foreign countries, where the round will hit them in the eyes, or you know, even if they're wearing goggles or those brave masks, you know, they'll get shot in the face or other parts of their body that can actually cause damage. Police officers are directed never to shoot at the head or face with these beanbag rounds. We obviously never shoot at the neck, because you can imagine taking one right there in the neck could do some damage. The chest and the abdomen is good to go, as well as, of course, the arms and the legs are good to go. We don't want to aim at the groin, and then if the guy is turned away from us for some reason and he had to be zapped, we don't want to shoot at the spine area too. That might cause some long-term damage. So we're going to demonstrate a couple of good places on our buddy Doug, see how these rounds do, and show you what kind of force they actually hit with.
These beanbags have a tail on them, which is supposed to cause drag stabilization so that they fly straight through the air and make it more accurate.
You can see our Kevlar sock here full of number 9 shot. This little tail here, this little skirt, is actually left on there on purpose, not trimmed off. That helps create a little bit of stabilization as the thing's flying downrange. And it walloped Doug right here. Let's slice this one open here for you, so that you can see inside.
Oh yeah, look at that.
All the number 9 shot. So you can imagine without that bag what that would do. That stuff would spread, but it would be very, very, very dangerous. And I'll point out too, they used to call this less than lethal, and now they've changed it to less lethal, because although it's designed to not kill someone, it is still, of course, deadly if misused. So that's why we want to avoid certain areas on that could cause some significant harm to a bad guy. We call it less lethal because it could still do that. It could still be deadly in the wrong circumstances.
What we want to find out is if an umbrella, which is commonly used in protests as kind of a way to mask the protester and also maybe protect them from pepper balls or whatever, if a umbrella will stop, you know, deflect a beanbag round. Where are you going to be aiming at?
I'm going to try and see if I can hit one of those little spines of the umbrella.
Okay.
Right about where his sternum would be.
Okay, gotcha. I'm ready when you are.
Here we go. Wow.
Now this was probably one of the more surprising of the tests. Yes, an umbrella can actually protect you from getting hit with a beanbag round.
Okay, what are you demonstrating now?
What we're going to do now is deliberately, believe it or not, Doug's not real. So we're going to actually shoot him in the goggles to show why you would never want to put one of these at someone's face.
Even when they're wearing goggles, you know, assumed those types of goggles are not very good protection against impact.
No, they're splatter goggles.
Yeah.
In this test, we wanted to see if the beanbag rounds were accurate enough if the user was deliberately aiming at a particular spot on the goggles, and yes, they are accurate enough. As you can see, these types of goggles are completely ineffective at stopping a beanbag round. At the very least, this person would have been blinded.
Alright, so here's our beanbag. Hit Doug right here in the goggles. So these safety goggles, safety specs, did not work out so good for him. Busted the lenses out of him, went right through, and zapped him right there next to his eye. So you can see why you would never, ever, ever want to shoot something like this at someone when you're just trying to knock them down and get them to stop doing what they're doing. So that could have been lethal if it had been a real person.